Do y'all think HYBE is ruining their artists? Hey, if you haven't already known, or if I haven't told you enough times, I have a Patreon, and right now we're watching Bon Voyage, among other things, depending on what YouTube allows me to do, in all honesty. But if you want me to watch any other exclusive content, head over to my Patreon. It's going to be over there, and let me know what you think about it. That's about it. So let's get to the video. All right, so I think this video is about to be very, very interesting. I was on my recommended, and I saw this, and I was like, I wonder what is going to be said here. You know what I'm saying? I say it's going to be interesting because this title says how HYBE is ruining their artists' music. I'm interested, and I'm interested in what she's about to say. I ain't going to attack her, but you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? She got an opinion. She has an opinion here. I want to see what the opinion is. I just never thought this would be a certain type of video. So, hey, let's get some new insight and see what other people was talking about. Okay. Yeah, Vic So.
Before we start this video, I just want to preface that this is purely an opinion piece and that's all it will be. I'm not saying this is fact, and these are just my opinions and thoughts looking at current company management and music trends and how I feel about their application to their corresponding groups. I'm not a HYBE anti, this is just something I've noticed and one of the things I enjoy talking about in K-pop.
Shout out Heesung. Shout out Heesung real quick.
I love all the groups and artists mentioned in this video. Okay. I love HYBE and what they have to offer, and I do think they're truly one of the biggest pioneers in this industry, and this is coming from a place of critique and constructive criticism. Okay. As touched on in my ENHYPEN video, one of the things I've been keeping up with is the current development of HYBE artists, specifically kind of focusing on the trio of TXT, ENHYPEN, and BTS, and how they've been managed in the recent years, focusing on music production and comeback conceptualization. HYBE is a company that I find is a particularly interesting case. Not taking the route of most big three companies, they're a corporation that has been lately known for acquiring big names and subsidiaries in their acquisitions. While I definitely do think there is some discussion to be had about their history of disbanding groups and overall identity as a big four company, one thing that particularly interests me about HYBE is how they've cultivated their music production sector into one of oversaturation of concept and poor production value.
Oversaturation of concept and poor really? I don't know, because if I'm thinking of concepts, I'm thinking of ENHYPEN's vampire concept, TXT's I don't know what to call it, the eternally concept. That concept, the concept of being young and rebellious. That's with that was from I'm a lover, I'm a loser, that type thing. And BTS is just concepts of all the concepts that they have. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, oversaturation. Let's listen to some more.
I really find this case interesting.
And poor production value. I don't know about that. What consists of great production value? When I think of great production, I think of just you can hear every beat. Every beat is heard. The juxtaposition of the beats and the sounds against the artist's voices, vocals, and everything. That's good to me. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what she thinks.
Because HYBE is a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and I find the way they utilize their resources and outreach is one that's kind of confusing to me. So I just kind of wanted to open up this discussion. Starting off, HYBE has recently developed this idea of what I'd like to call the HYBE trend. It seems as though at the beginning of each year, HYBE picks a musical concept or motif and kind of applies it to all of their groups. We first saw this in 2022 with the retro trend, and here we see BTS's Dynamite, 17's Home Run, GFriend's Mago, and TXT's Blue Hour. While all not from the same era of retro music per se, we do see them bleed over in visual and musical motifs. While retro was very popular that year, I do find it interesting how you don't see companies have a singular concept meld into all of their groups collectively.
I mean, but that would be like expected. You know what I'm saying? Like if something's working, you should bleed it into every group. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if something's working and you have different groups in your thing, of course you would put that into each group. Like that would make sense to do that, you know?
Yes, we are getting some interconnected lore from companies such as SM, but I think songs like Feel My Rhythm and Glitch Mode are strikingly different in that regard. They're not the same genre.
Yeah.
Moreover, as we move into 2021 and seeping into 2022, we have HYBE and the collective pop punk / rock trend. And from this concept, we got TXT's Love Song and Loser Lover, Rock With You by Sebastine, and now Blessed Curse by HYBE.
Okay, so is she okay? So I think she's talking about how just the fact that it's spread throughout the whole company in terms of artists. I think that's what she's talking. Okay, okay, that makes sense. I mean, okay, well, yeah. So, and I think that's just what makes them different. Like HYBE is doing this. Like, has SM done that across the board, or YG, or JYP? Like, have they, or KQ? But yeah, so it's like at the end of the day, it's different. Like they still like there's a mold, and they can fit into it. I don't know. This is very interesting.
I'm not particularly sure how I feel about this company-wide decided concept implementation. For me, it means that these groups are confined to these musical motifs and leave little room for concept differentiation. I think I would just maybe expect a bit more creativity from this forefront. With a company managing 3 boy groups specifically, I don't really understand why you wouldn't specifically go out of your way to differentiate them into different markets and experiment with different genre and ideas.
Because it works. Like there's a reason why HYBE is a multi-billion-dollar company. Their stuff works. To me, that's pretty much cut and dry. Like it works. Like depending, like I feel like HYBE could, they could definitely go out and just do whatever the hell they want. But at the end of the day, if HYBE is trying to differentiate from the big 3, having the artists do whatever they want. It's probably could be them seeping into that what's it called, like that concept, and it'll be like different from their mission statement or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all like? I just want to know what y'all think too. Like, y'all can sound off in the comments. Like, I want to know too, because this is interesting. This is very interesting.
I get trends exist for a reason,
Yeah.
but this approach doesn't particularly make sense to me from a management and business standpoint. If you have the opportunity to have these different market segments, I don't know why you wouldn't take advantage of that. Moving on, one thing I've noticed within HYBE's producing sector is the overall decline of production quality within their overall mixing and sound engineering in general. I think 2 key units of HYBE's faults in this department rely on these 2 ideas, which are poor mixing and the over-reliance on auto-tune and its overall weak vocal processing. In HYBE instrumentals, a lot of tracks kind of have a discrepancy in their layering and volume control in general. There are times where the instrumental is so overbearing to the point where the vocals feel almost sunken into the final product.
When it all seems like it's wrong, sing along to Elton John and to that.
There's a lack of nuance.
Okay, all right. For Permission to Dance, we can all admit like there was a little bit of auto-tune in that, but that's just one instance. With what was the last one?
It all seems like it's wrong, sing along to Elton John and to that.
With TXT, it's like, I don't know. I feel like TXT to me is like instrumental focused. Like the instrument is, let's say it's like 65. Wait, what's the no. It's like 60-40 or 55 45, 55, 45. Like the instrument is a big part in like the whole song for them, because the instrument creates the whole world, more or less their vocals. So, but here it does sound like it's mixed like well. Like it's hella reverb in it. That is true, but like you could, it's still like, to me it's still equal. To me it's still equal. So I don't know about this one as an example, but Permission to Dance, I feel like they're gonna use that till the death of HYBE, because that was just a little misstep, just the auto tune. That's about it. But they also still playing with stuff, so I don't know. Like this could literally be them trying new things. So that kind of debunks what they're saying about trying new things.
There's a lack of nuance in this balancing, and instead the track comes out feeling underdeveloped and lacking buoyancy, or kind of like a standard foundation to them. When a track has poor mixing, we lose all the complexities it might have had in its composition. Its mastering and engineering in general just kind of feels lackluster, and we lose any sense of texture or volume to them. These tracks don't feel clean or polished in any sense. They feel unfinished and flat when listening to them, commercialized even. Tracks that are supposed to feel rough and heavy like Rock With You end up sounding sterile and commodified. I touched on this more in my Genuinely Horrible K-pop Songs Part 4 video, so I would recommend watching that for a further elaboration. I noticed this is strikingly apparent when you compare some earlier BTS albums, such as Dark and Wild, with Map of the Soul 7.
Wait a minute. I see a little difference though. Hold on, go back. We're gonna go back because Jesus, I love that song.
For a further elaboration. I noticed this is strikingly apparent when you compare some earlier BTS albums, such as Dark and Wild, with Map of the Soul 7.
Oh, I hear it. I hear the difference. I hear the difference. I hear the difference. However, this song is a rap song. Moon is a song. We Are Bulletproof is a song. And then, well, well, that's a song. So there's that. So I don't know. It's like certain things will need certain like mixing, but everything is not gonna have the same mixing. So yeah. I see exactly what they're talking about. I see exactly what she's talking about. Okay.
The leveling and volume of instrumentals in proportion to vocals feel very weirdly mixed, and almost as if the vocals are swimming in the instrumental. These productions feel overwhelmingly cheap and almost Nugu adjacent, and it just kind of astounds me that with the increase of HYBE profits, there comes a decrease in overall music production processing. Yeah,
that makes sense, because when businesses, not even gonna lie to you, when businesses get hella money, shut up. When businesses get hella money, they think, like, for some reason, they think saving more money is gonna be suffice. So they just start decreasing in like productivity for some odd reason. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why businesses do that, but I guess that's a thing. I don't know.
When you push,
mind you, I'm not a production expert. Y'all can tell by the way I make my covers. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So this is just interesting to listen to, you know?
These vocals all the way to the back of the track, you lose the connection to the song. The vocal tones lose all color and character. I think a new distinguishing feature of HYBE productions would have to be autotune. It's the first thing you think of when a new HYBE track is released. The overall direction and processing of most HYBE songs completely gloss over any vocal prowess these idols may have, just to coat on a thick layer of autotune in its final production.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I feel like autotune and vocal processing is needed when it comes to songs that are made for speakers and headphones and stuff like that, because as good as people's voices are, the human voice has hella error, and because during live performances there's room for error, but in like a commercial sense, when you're trying to like have the most perfect product ever, there's gonna be errors in like the vocal, you know what I'm saying, because nobody's voice is perfect. Not even like Whitney Houston's voice also had cracks in it. Like you know what I'm saying, like it's like, if you think about it, like human error is gonna be prevalent, and if you're trying to create the best, if you're trying to create the most polished sound, autotune is going to be used. So it's like autotune is needed and vocal processing is needed. So I don't really care about autotune, in all honesty. So it's like, yeah.
When the backtrack layering is already inefficient and then you combine it with vocals that are undistinguishable, the finished song loses merit in its principle. It's really frustrating because I love the overarching melodies and arrangements of these songs, but they're just not being given the justice they deserve in this context. Now, don't get me wrong. I really like stylistic autotune, and I can name numerous examples where I think HYBE has illustrated perfectly when over-the-top autotune and vocal filtering can instead enhance a track instead of masking vocal weakness. However, in HYBE's case, a lot of these instances of autotune almost feel like sabotage. The vocals are autotuned to a degree where they sound thin, and this processing muddles the vocal tones until they're undistinguishable. And the fact that this is becoming a staple in HYBE productions is something that's really worrying me. One case where I think this is glaringly prevalent is in BTS's English releases. There are moments where I wouldn't even be able to tell who's singing if they weren't on screen during the music video. You can tell there's a certain point in time where BTS and HYBE in general just kind of started having this really heavy hand on autotune, and in their newer releases, everything just feels very compressed in that regard. Moving on to another instance we see this discussion of vocal processing brought up is when we talk about TXT. While I do think there are some great examples of contextualized autotune to correlate with genre and soundscape in some of their later albums, I feel like it just kind of took forever to ever hear TXT's raw vocals. All the tracks in their releases since debut just kind of seem to be drenched in this metallic vocal tuning, and we never quite get space to breathe or hear their vocals.
Oh, sorry.
Can you feel the rush? Can you feel the rush? Can I 멈춰줘? Can you feel the rush? Can you feel the rush? Can I 멈춰줘?
You see what I mean when I talk about like the raw voice is gonna have room for error. You know what I'm saying? And the what's it called? And maybe that could not be the, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that just isn't like the way the song is supposed to be. But then again, that could tie into why HYBE is doing this. Okay.
Again, it's not like these groups can't sing. They very obviously can and are immensely talented, and that's what's so frustrating about all these cases. But I just kind of feel like the producers in the studio are just getting a little caught up in the idea of fun autotune effects to the point where there isn't a single track on the album where I feel like we're having any vocal differentiation in these idols' voices. Every single song has autotune or stylistic vocal processing, and it's just a bit tiring. I think overall what's frustrating to me is the principle of it all.
I just want to say this. I like these outfits.
It's not like HYBE is some Nugu company that doesn't know what to do with this sudden burst of fame, because they got it right in the past. This is a new thing. Even in their rookie years, BTS's music had exceptionally strong production on them, and it's just kind of in the past 3 years or so where I feel like HYBE has just gotten a bit lazy in that production.
Ooh.
It's almost as if they know people will eat up this subpar music production.
Let's keep it a bean. If think about it like this, for anybody who is getting an influx of fame, money, success, you're bound to be complacent. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be an element of complacency once you get to a certain point. Like, think about it. Like, if you like, people want to get to a certain point so they can be comfortable. That's why being comfortable is like not as good as what you think it's supposed to be. Because when you become comfortable, you're gonna become lazy. So it's like, maybe they're at the point where they're just like, okay, we can chill and just like push these out, get this sound out, and we could try something like we can try something different in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because like you can't be so profound every single time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna lose it can lose the awe. You know, if you're just like killing it every single time, and it's just like, okay, well, they can do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if they bring it down a little bit, maybe you can bring the expectation down a little bit, and then boom, shoot back up again. That could be it. I don't know. I guess this is balance. This could be the mission statement for them. I never really read HYBE's mission statement. That could be just what they want to do. Have balance. Everything needs balance to be perfect. So, balance. That could be it. I don't know. That could be it. Shit, I don't know. Fuck.
Or maybe I could be completely wrong. Maybe this is them experimenting with new different producing techniques.
Yeah.
In my opinion, these very drastic production and engineering choices are sabotaging not only the intricate work done in the initial compositions and arrangement of these tracks, but it's also declining the overall quality of their artists' work. They sound cheap and unfinished. With tracks and albums with such bloated production credits, I don't understand why we're getting work like these releases. Anyways, those were just some of my thoughts on the current HYBE production trends I've noticed, and I kind of just been wanting to talk about this in a video for a while. Please let me know your guys' thoughts and how you think these things could be improved. Personally, I would love to see HYBE outsource some acclaimed Western producers, maybe such as Timbaland, and I feel like it could really refurbish their current soundscapes. And that concludes this video.
Okay. Hey, listen. I like what she did here. I like this. I like this essay. It does put everything into perspective. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did learn a couple things from this. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all think? Do y'all think she's wrong? Do y'all think she's right? Do y'all think she has a point? Or do you think she's just chatting shit? I want to know. Or do you think I'm just chatting shit? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. If y'all enjoy, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on my post notifications. And tell your friends about me. This little boy is very antsy right now. See, now if I talk to you in your face, you all calm. But you want to get to squirming. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I wanna know what y'all talking about. Like, I wanna hear y'all too. I wanna know what y'all think. So, yeah, I'll see y'all in the comments. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for everything. I will see you guys in the next one. Y'all be easy, all right? All right, bet.